Hello and welcome to today's video. We're going to be covering aliases in SQL. So for this specific tutorial, we're going to be looking at joins. So aliasing when you're joining tables. So I've already done a video on how to alias window functions. So if that's something you're interested in, find the link down in the description. Yeah, or else let's get into the video. So I'm going to link the data set that we're using down below, but we're basically just using two data sets. So this is the client list table and purchase records table. And yeah, this is just a continuation of the join series. So this video is going to come out after the inner join tutorial, which is already out by the time I'm recording this video. So yeah, I really don't think I need to go much into what the data set really is because I'm just explaining aliases here. And yeah, if you're new to MySQL and you don't know how to load this data set onto MySQL, I'll link a tutorial that can help you to do just that in the description. And yeah, the data set will also be shared down in the description. And yeah, I guess that's it. Let's get into the video. So this is an inner join. We already did this video, but as you can see, this set is not exactly very easy to read, yeah. And all that typing is also just a bit annoying and hectic. And imagine if you're doing like, you're joining like 5, 6, 7 tables, maybe even 10, like it can get a kind of messy and very confusing. But when you alias your tables, it's just easier to keep track of what's going on, and your code looks cleaner, and it's just easy to read, and anything that is easy to read is also easy to debug. So let's start with, we are selecting all this from the client list table, and some of them are also coming from the purchase records table. So instead of calling it client list table going forward, let's call it CLT, yeah? Meaning every time you're referencing the client list table, you don't have to write the full thing. You can write CLT. And for the purchase records, we can also just use its initials, PR. So anytime you're calling the purchase record table, you just say PR. Yeah, so let's run that and see what happens. As you can see, we're getting an error. Why? Because now the system, or rather MySQL or SQL is not recognizing client list table because we've now aliased it and it's now CLT. So every other place where you are calling client list table, you need to replace it with CLT. Yeah. Here we're calling the purchase records table. We need to replace it with PR. Same here. We're calling the purchase records table. We need to replace it with PR. So now, when we run this, we're not going to get an error. Now it should work. There you go. Same exact table, but now, like, your work is cleaner, easy to read. Someone can easily understand what is going on. And that's just basically what aliasing is. It's just giving your table another name that is just easier, more efficient for you to call. So aliasing is actually not so different from like when you're doing calculated columns and you give them a new name. It's not very different. Or yeah, that's an example I can think of, like doing calculated columns and giving them a new name. So maybe the only other thing I can mention is when you're coming up with these names, try to keep them very short, of course, because that's the whole point. Precise, and it should actually make sense. Like, I've actually been in situations where like I'm trying to read someone else's code to just get an understanding of what's going on. And even before going to like the quote unquote, not monstrous, I would say monstrous, like big chunk of joins, I have an idea what this initial stands for, but it's still good to always go down and make sure that what you think is actually what it is. But yeah, good naming practice, be it aliasing, be it CTEs, be it calculated columns, follow good naming practices. Otherwise, guys, this is actually it for this video. As I said, short and sweet. And now we know how aliasing works, and we can officially continue with the join series. So the next video that we're going to be doing is, so there's the left join and right join. And then I'm going to do an advanced inner join. So how to deal with duplicates. I think I already mentioned that in the inner join video. I don't know which one will come first. I'll probably do the left and right join first. Then I'll do like another inner join video, advanced, to just show you guys how you can deal with duplicates. Then yeah, from that we'll go back to joining with multiple tables. What else are we going to do? We're going to do self joins. We're going to do unions also in this series. So union and union all. We're going to do full outer join. How can I forget that? But yeah, it's a SQL join series. We're going to cover everything SQL joins, which I'm finally excited that this is here. Like, it was the one, like, very important, very key intermediate concept that I had not covered. I think this is actually the last intermediate concept that I'm covering in my like SQL tutorials. So the basic level SQL tutorials are done. Joins should be the last of the intermediate level SQL concepts, and then we go and finish up the advanced level of SQL. And yeah, we can call it a tutorial, yeah, a free tutorial, yeah. Maybe I could start thinking of, probably creating like a nice course for you guys. I really don't know. Yeah, but yeah, otherwise, guys, if you found this video helpful, everything I've talked about is something that you're interested in, feel free to join the family by subscribing. If you like the video, like, share with anyone who you think will find this video useful. And yeah, comment, like, let me know down below, like, what other things would you like to see. So since this is a fairly like short tutorial, I decided to just take this opportunity to just reintroduce my SQL tutorial and also introduce my joins series. Yeah. And on that note, as much as I said, if you like what you see and all I've talked about, you like something you're interested, feel free to join the family by subscribing. Also note that I don't just do SQL only. So I do projects too. So SQL projects, Python projects, SQL and Power BI, SQL and Excel, and sit-down videos are coming very soon. Super excited about that, as clearly I like talking. And yeah, I should not just be mumbling away in these tutorials, but yeah, just take time to share my knowledge, share my experiences, my pain points, what I'm thriving at now, how did I get to that point? All that juice will be there for you in the sit-down videos. Yeah, so if you like what you've heard, now that I feel like I've talked about everything that I do, and I was just not limiting it to like SQL and specifically tutorials. So yes, feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, feel free to share. And yeah, I really like interaction with you guys. Like, I think one thing that I was not ready for is people actually asking me like technical questions down below. Like, that's something that I'm very excited about. It has challenged me to be like way more organized than I currently am. So, but I've been pretty organized because I can easily like track where a certain tutorial or where certain projects tutorials. I've not been doing a very good job at tracking them. But yeah, I can quickly track where a certain project is, just review what exactly was going on. And yeah, get back to you guys from like the technical end in terms of the questions that you guys have been asking. And yeah, keep asking them. You're also challenging me to just be more organized. Yeah, you're also challenging me. Sorry, I was thinking through something. You're also challenging me to just be more organized, not even just in terms of keeping track of my code, but also like I need to come up with rules. Like, am I replying to comments every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every month? And whatever I decide, I actually stick to it so that I don't keep you guys waiting for too long. Otherwise, guys, clearly this should be a conversation for another video, probably a sit-down one. Mine is just say thank you. And if you actually got through all my mumbling, you are the real one. So yeah, guys, hope this video, both the tutorial and the mumbling, was helpful. See you in the next one.